Hey everybody, welcome back to The Joyful Candle. I am hopping on here today to do an in-depth review on the fragrance Pumpkin Nut Butter by Bath & Body Works. This particular 3-wick, 14.5 ounce candle was actually released last fall, so fall of 2024. And it was released in this sort of like member exclusive packaging. So as you can see here, it has it says limited edition. So it was like a limited edition launch. Pumpkin Donut Shop also released in this one. I think it was just those two. This one was considered a new blend, and the Pumpkin Donut Shop was a vault blend. So I wanted to talk a little bit about this because this has slowly become one of my favorite creamy pumpkin gourmands from Bath & Body Works, and I'm actually really sad that they chose not to bring it back this year. This is a delicious, creamy pumpkin gourmand that's different than what they usually release. So I wanted to chat a little bit about it. As you can see, I am almost finished burning. Almost down all the way to the wick clips. It's burned really beautifully. I will say that it has, towards about the halfway mark, it started to kind of get some puny wicks, but it really hasn't affected the performance of the candle at all. It's still throwing and projecting pretty well. I have not trimmed the wicks at all just because you can see how puny they've gotten here. So, I will say the packaging on this is not like my absolute favorite, but it is still cute. Like, I like the orange wax. It's got some browns and, I just feel like they kind of missed the mark on these. Like, these are really fun releases that people can get excited about, and then they just kind of throw together the packaging. So that's sort of annoying, but anyways, I'm reviewing this in hopes that it may return one day. Sometimes they'll do this, they'll release like a one and done, and then a couple years later it'll come back. So I'm hoping that that's the case. So let's talk a little bit about the fragrance notes. So notes on this are pumpkin spice, creamy nut butter, and a sprinkle of cinnamon. So I know that a lot of people are gonna ask, is this similar to pumpkin peanut brittle? Not at all. They have similar nutty qualities, but they are completely different fragrances. This is the most beautiful mix of a creamy pumpkin with like an almond butter, maybe a little bit of hazelnut, maybe like a slight tinge of peanut in there too. Whereas I feel like pumpkin peanut brittle is totally like a peanut brittle. There's very little pumpkin in pumpkin peanut brittle. This is just the most beautiful, like, I would say kind of savory, sweet pumpkin. Like, you really kind of get like a pumpkin puree. I know that there's not a pumpkin puree listed in the notes, but you really get this beautiful mix of like a nutty fragrance. Like I said, I think that the nut butter in this fragrance is almond or hazelnut of some sort. It's a really pretty creamy kind of nutty fragrance. You do get a little bit of spice, a little bit of pumpkin spice, a little bit of cinnamon, maybe some nutmeg. But it is just a really beautiful fragrance. And I feel like it deserves a little bit of attention just because it's kind of more of an elevated. This honestly reminds me a little bit more of like a pumpkin carving. It's not exactly the same. This has way more like nutty elements to it, but it's similar in that I feel like pumpkin carving is more of an elevated type pumpkin gourmand at Bath & Body Works, and this is along the same lines. I absolutely love it. It has actually really performed well for me. I would say that it's like a mid to high strength, and throw has been maybe like upwards of an 8. It is really just a pretty cozy, warm type fragrance with those like pumpkin and nutty elements to it. So I'm really glad that I picked up a couple backups of this. I feel like the last few days I've really been kind of craving like a creamy pumpkin gourmand, and this is what I've been reaching for. It's perfect for cozy, cool mornings in the fall. It's warm, it's cozy, it's a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of spice. Really just a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. So, like I said, I'm reviewing this in hopes that it may come back eventually. Hopefully they'll like put it in a core line and pick a cuter label. But I'm just about finished with it, so I figured I would do just a little review on this one. Yeah, I don't really understand why Bath & Body Works does this. They will release really pretty fragrances like this, and then they just don't come back. And instead, they'll release the same old fragrances that they always release. And now I think there's a time and a place for that too, because there's some classics that sell well and that, you know, are nostalgic, and that people, when the seasons come, like we think of those fragrances. But it just is disappointing when they come out with a really good fragrance like this and then they just don't bring it back. So hopefully it will come back. But yeah, if you guys like nutty fragrances, if you like creamy, pumpkin, spicy gourmands, this is really delicious. This is not like pumpkin clove. Like pumpkin clove is very clove heavy. That's more of like a pumpkin clove fragrance, whereas this is way more elevated, way more creamy, way more nutty, almost like you have something baking in the oven. It's just perfection. So anyways, guys, let me know what your thoughts are on this one if you've tried this one before. I'm really enjoying the last few burns of this one, and then I may end up bringing out another one this season, or I may save it for next season since there are no signs that this is coming back yet. So anyways, guys, if this is the first time that you've watched one of my videos, thank you so much for taking the time. Please consider subscribing and liking here, and I will see you guys in the next candle review. Hope you have a great rest of your day.